Wit right now switch off of that Tri-Slosher, so let's keep an eye on what goes.
Yeah, and you talk about Power being a premier sniper. He is one of the few that I've seen actually switch off between that Firefin splatter scope and the E leader. So a lot of players and chargers in particular not really opting for the longest range charger anymore. That's something that's definitely changed from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2. The Firefin oftentimes will get the job done. It not only has that beautiful splash wall that you can use to block incoming fire, but the suction bomb rush, particularly on splat zones, can do a whole bunch of work even if you're the last one alive.
And we're seeing actually kind of an interesting pick, if I'm not mistaken, is that... Okay, no, I was right. So it is Hexen on the end zap. Looks like they want to opt to give themselves just a little bit more coverage. We see Echo here switching over to the sniper as well. Do not underestimate Echo. Just because the name isn't Power doesn't mean you can't get it done. Echo, a very solid sniper and has been for a long time, but we already see Kagu working this left side, weaving his way through as he so often does. However, is going to get spread out there before he's able to take out Wit. Wit going to make them pay for that, taking the entire right side of the zone. Banana kind of stuck alone, and they are able to get the zone, though it doesn't look like they'll hold too long.
Yeah, both snipers on these teams opting for these Firefin splatter scopes, so they are going to have suction bomb rushes for the zone. And it's also important to note, I believe I saw Hexen running with that object shredder ability. It can only appear on shoes, and it helps do things like shut down those ink armors that might be popped. Even an indirect with a burst bomb is good enough to take down someone's ink armor if you're running object shredder. Kaguto going to get a great kill there onto Wit, and now it's going to be Extermination holding on to the zone pretty well. Kaguto going into pretty unfriendly territory as well as Extermination starts to regain some map control, and has that baller special getting pretty close to being built up. Is going to wait to benefit from the ink armor. Very smart move, although it will get popped almost immediately. But while SetToDestroyX is backed up all the way in their spawn, they're not able to touch the zone, and that's part of why Extermination has gotten it all the way past the halfway mark.
Pretty good patience, right? That they're going to be able to take out Echoing down. Kagu, of course, went down. I believe that was a very slow full wipe. They just did a great job taking advantage of all the turf that you can take down to build up their specials and get that in. Kagu going to take out one, but it's not going to be enough. Wit able to stand up here at the top in a very strong position for any weapon, but especially the Tri-Slosher able to rain down. They spot out two on the left side. They're throwing bombs. They're doing everything they can, knowing that Echo's there. Another ink armor does go off, as well as an inkjet. Another bomb rush. Specials going all around here. They did lose the lead in that situation. Well, no, not quite yet. I thought for sure they might have, and now they are finally going to lose the lead in that situation. Is Echo alone here, and this is getting bad very quickly.
Yeah, Echo was caught out there. He made the decision to jump down from that high ground to try and better utilize the suction bomb rush, but immediately got attacked by two members of SetToDestroyX. So when they weren't able to hit a shot, they were basically stuck in a corner with nowhere to go. SetToDestroyX really doing well here. Doesn't have a penalty to contend with at all. They're now in single digits. Nice kill there on the Banana as well. They have the map control. They're taking down, and that should do it. SetToDestroyX turning around a pretty early lead for Extermination and taking game one on Sturgeon Shipyard.
And what great patience. They lost the lead. They had lost pretty much all of the map. Extermination was down in their courtyard, that lower level as well. But they found a way to they changed their double ink armors. We see Wit on top once again, finding a way to just work their way through all that with that double ink armor, get the kills they needed to, and pick them off one by one. You saw they kind of went down methodically, one by one, leaving Echo there alone to try to make things happen as a sniper. Not going to be able to do that from that position. So great job in showing you what high-level teams do when they are pushed back. And again, they find ways to get back in that other teams just don't.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate for Echo there. Really couldn't find any shots or the right positioning as SetToDestroyX was able to regain that zone. We saw it, evidence there by them being caught in the corner with that suction bomb rush running out and basically being set upon by two members of SetToDestroyX. Echo, of course, a very talented sniper. That map maybe just not playing so much to that weapon for Echo at least. Now we're going to be moving on to Port Mackerel, which does play very well to those charger weapons. You have those long, narrow lanes that snipers really excel at, that not only even if you're not getting kills with that weapon, you're still helping your team maintain map control and stopping the enemy from being able to push onto your side of the map. So it will be tower control, so it will be a bit more measured in terms of how the pushes go compared to something like Rainmaker, but it is a very straightforward map. There's not too many elevations you can get on top of, just some shipping crates you can stand atop. So we'll have to see if either Echo or Power decide to take those positions, or if they'll just use those shipping crates to maybe do some right peeking and maintain control in those hallways.
And again, if you are new to Splatoon, right peeking. All Inklings are right-handed in this game, so if you stand and poke your reticle just out the right side of really any sort of cover, you get a lot. I mean, you really have a huge advantage in that situation because the opponent can't hit you, but you can hit them. So, again, if you're unfamiliar with it, that is what it is. But already, the battle for these different lanes is hot and contested.
Yeah, and the fire finish just even better for Port Mackerel because of, as we see a beautiful shot there onto Brand, because of that splash wall. Not much has changed from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2 compared to Port Mackerel in terms of how well those splash walls can lock down these hallways. They basically take up the entire width of the hallway, so you can block the enemies from even getting past that splash wall because they have nowhere to go. It locks down entire portions of the hallway. We do see Kiver now pushing forward on that tower, gets off briefly to try and take down Ben, but Ben is going to be able to get the kill. And now Echo doing what snipers do best on tower control, doing, as you said, right peeking, trying to stay behind that pole and protect their body before popping the suction bomb rush, allowing Extermination to both take map control and take the lead.
And it's not the double blaster comp we saw last week. This time it's the custom blaster instead of the rapid blaster of Majin. But it makes perfect sense here too. This time that Inkjet, you said, not able to get onto a lot of different elevations. Well, Ink don't care. Inkjet will go wherever it pleases. But as we talk about things not caring, Hexen running right back in with the end parry dualies with an Inkjet of his own. We'll see when he opts to pop. It looks like right now, Echo running for his life. Still alive somehow, actually able to survive. Kibber finally gets it done there. Map control going back, but double blaster comp, we're seeing it again, and it is so strong on anything that has tower control in the name.
Yeah, Hexen, as predicted, did decide to go with the end parry dualies as Kiver's going to take over the role of the Tentatek. That still gives you that beautiful Inkjet, which is going to have a lot of aerial control. Now we see Echo, unfortunately, going down to some tri-sloshes there, I believe, from Wit. And now Banana, not expecting Hexen to be there, had the Ink Armor to protect him, and now it's basically all hands on deck for SetToDestroyX as the members of Extermination are backed up into their spawn, and that's one of the major things that can happen on Port Mackerel, both in Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. If you go 3 or 4 down, you are basically locked into that spawn. It's very, very easy, as we see a double kill there by Hexen, to get locked into your spawn and have things like that happen. You're locked into very small hallways, and people like the Inkjet there can just essentially nail you down without you being able to do anything about it.
And just a great job that time by Hexen, knowing how long to wait. Oh my gosh, okay, no, one of them still is live, and it's Kagu. That's going to be the end of push at 4. No, the one's still jumping. This could be some cheese right here. No, they do get it down. All right, this one is shut down. Stealth jump not in effect here in Splatoon 2 in the same manner as it was in Splatoon 1. But I want to give credit to Hexen there, knowing exactly how long to wait before he popped that Inkjet. I thought he was going to pop it a little earlier than he did, but because he was able to secure the kill that he needed to and then pop the Inkjet, it turned what might have been a 20 push all the way down to 3. And believe me, I've seen a lot of things in the 20s still lose. 3, a very strong position. Extermination has battled their way back out, though. Credit to them.
Yeah, Extermination started that tower push with 3 specials. Echo on that Charger still going to have their suction bomb rush available. They haven't needed the map control yet, but they're going to die with it. That's a huge misstep, and now that's a 2-down situation for Extermination. That's just Kagu in the ends up. Banana left. Kagu will go down, so that's effectively a full wipe. So SetToDestroyX shutting down what could have been a pretty major push from Extermination. They still have about 1 minute and 35 seconds left, so still plenty of time for them to take that map control. But Power here, finally on top of this high ground, also has that suction bomb rush at the ready, and now as they stand atop this tower, Power is going to be a major force to deal with as Extermination rushes back from spawn.
Wow, Ben and Kagu that time on the right side. I was about to say that they had a really good numbers advantage there on that right side, but Ben actually shifted over to aid Kagu there. Now we see Kagu going to get the chance to run down here with Ballers, who see Ben once again in the exact same spot using that Inkjet. They're going to be running away here. Power trying to get what would have been the greatest shot I've ever seen if he'd hit it. But it looks like they're going to be able to move things down right here. We do see a bomb rush coming in, and unfortunately 3 down now. They all go down very quick. Power was sitting on that special there. The last one goes down, and once again, SetToDestroyX saying, all right, you can push it into the 30s, but it's going to be 1 full wipe that it's going to cost you.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? A lot of these pushes would be good enough in a lot of other games and against a lot of other teams, but SetToDestroyX getting a huge push to 3, and they're able to come back from spawn and shut down Extermination. Great snipe there, or shot. I believe that was by Echo onto Power, so now Extermination with a little bit more room to push forward here. Ben trying to dodge multiple shots there. Unfortunately, will go down to Kiver. Will he get the kill with the Autobomb? No, I think Kiver noticed it just in time. That's again a 3-down situation for Extermination. So I think Extermination sort of realizing the pressure of the time that they have left, trying to facilitate a push too early on, and they may not have a chance to get another one and push it into overtime.
the intense slaying power that SetToDestroyX has showing itself on full display right now. We talked about the ability to slay that oh my goodness, that Extermination has. Well, how about that? I cannot wait to see the KAs here, as it just seemed like every time they got on the tower, it wasn't 1, it wasn't 2, it wasn't even 3 going down. It was entire full wipes. Talk about cleaning the plate. And Kiver, Wit, Hexen all going crazy there. 8 total ink jets along with 5 ink armors. SetToDestroyX is making a statement right now.
Yeah, we see the 3 short to mid-range weapons for SetToDestroyX get pretty high KAs there, and Power only getting 5, but providing that long-range offensive pressure that you need. And also, we've mentioned it time and time again, but that Suction Bomb Rush doing so well in maintaining map control. Just having a sniper sitting on that tower at all kind of scares the enemy team off a little bit, saying, okay, we can see that laser that somebody like Power is pointing in our direction, and when someone like Power is aiming for you, you really have to duck and cover quick or your life is going to be gone. So now a 2-0 lead here for SetToDestroyX as Extermination is scrambling to find answers against this really talented team. They are going to have to make what could be their final stand here on Rainmaker Starfish main stage. This is one of those map mode combinations where it can snowball very quickly, and basically a neutral game can turn into a major push in a matter of seconds.
And exactly for that reason, we see Power switch out and Punyo coming in. Punyo used T-Tech a lot in their set against Team Olive. They are gearing up for pressure, turf, and pushing Power. It would not surprise me if we see 3 ink jets here, because we talked about how important it is to get up that left side in the elevation here on Starfish main stage. Well, once again, inkjet don't care about your elevation. It will find ways to get up there and put pressure on you. I love moving Punyo in right now. And I mean, if you're Extermination, you got to be ready for it, because it's going to be coming, and it's going to be coming fast. We'll see if they can get enough slaying power here early on in the game and make that big push to let themselves play a little bit more defense and not be in the position where they're the ones having to make the push, because getting the lead early in Splatoon really does change the dynamic of the game, because you can play a little more conservatively, you can set back if you so choose, and I think that that's what they're going to need to do, because it's going to be very hard to make a comeback team.
And you mentioned the inkjet here. The spires on the left and right hand side of the map are going to give the inkjets a head start in getting that high elevation that these shorter range weapons like Kagu's Luna and like things like the NZAP aren't going to be able to reach you, because you just have the high ground advantage. So if they can get on top of those buildings and then pop their inkjets, they're not only going to be unseen while they do it and have a safe landing point, but they're going to be able to get members like the NZAP and like Kagu down very quickly. Echo being targeted now by Kiver, pardon me, so it's going to be SetToDestroyX getting the early map control lead. Nice positioning there for Kiver, who's able to get Echo but not able to clean up, as Ben is going to claim credit for that kill on the custom blaster. 2 down here for Extermination, or for Extermination, pardon me. So SetToDestroyX will be pushing forward here. Ben going down. This could be catastrophic. The Rainmaker is already into the mid-50s, and that is where they will go down.
Mid-50s, all the way from 60 to 40 is right there in that little pit area, and that's not a huge deal, but what is a huge deal is them now 3 down. Ben once again looks like going to try to go up to the right here. Kiver wisely not going in too deep there. Team just a little bit of support. They're going to wait back here right now, try to get a little bit more control before they push in. 2 go down there. The last one, Hexen somehow sneaks his way through. Is this going to be a 3-0? It is! Oh my goodness, what a display from SetToDestroyX. I think the Rainmaker got 2 of them right there on that ramp, and Hexen snuck right through with that Rainmaker. And we said right before, lots of pressure. There was going to be a lot of it. There was going to be a very aggressive attempt to make that win very early, and that's exactly what they did. 3-0. SetToDestroyX looking unbeatable right now.
A Category 5 disaster if you're Extermination, and a huge victory for SetToDestroyX, proving that they deserve to be here with the clean sweep. Punyo being a really nice switch in for them, getting 6 kills and assists, and I believe popping 2 ink armors on top of that. So just that advantage, giving them another defense point with that additional ink armor, came in absolutely massive for them and allowed them to get map control in mid, continuously send Extermination back to spawn. Even when the Rainmaker went down in the mid-50s, they were able to push ahead before opting to push the Rainmaker once again and get those crucial kills. I believe Extermination effectively went 3 down.